That's what it is. And it's also the concept, like you said, that a lot of the market that deals with those relative institutions, they already have market presence. The marketing person, Nicolette, tell me what it is. They've got the marketing, they've got the people.
The market share, basically.
They've got the market share,
yes.
so obviously they've got the market share. They do understand that if they advertise something, it's going to be sold. You've got their contact numbers. They come to you all the time. They are bound to come to you. But is it the best and most beneficial thing for them at that point in time? And that's the worry that we have.
You know what's worse, Thandekile? And it's very interesting that you say that, because so for instance, if one of the big banks comes to you and says you are buying a bond, right? You're taking out a home loan. One of the things that they say, especially to middle and low income earners, is that you've got to take up a life insurance, right? To back up your thing. And then all of a sudden they've got an insurance. And the problem is that they don't make it very clear to people that they don't have to take the life insurance with them. So it's not even a marketing thing. It's a very unethical practice, because they make people believe that because you've taken a bond with us, you've got to take the life insurance from us.
Yes.
Goodness. I'm so stressed,
Don't be stressed. Don't be stressed. I think, you know what, everything is about education. And with every challenge that we have, there's also solutions. There's also other contingencies of how we can actually solve things so that it's beneficial to us and beneficial to everyone else. I think it's not all doom and gloom. Like I said before, there's other things that can be done, and a lot of things in life is about lessons. Unfortunately, sometimes these lessons we need to learn them ourselves, and sometimes we learn these lessons from other people. So communicating and learning things as time goes by is very beneficial, and also getting expert advice from people that have your best interest at heart is so important.
But it's also rare in this country. Let's have an honest conversation. It's rare, Thandekile, because how many financial planners who are like financial professionals are going to be paid? If I'm being paid on commission basis, I'm selling you what is going to give me commission. It's not about your interest and building you and here's my argument. We as financial educators are doing our bit to educate people. We've gotten South Africans now to understand why they need to have an income protector that has a retrenchment benefit. And then the financial institutions come and say, no, but we're taking away that cover. Now you've educated people, and now that cover has been taken away. So is the financial sector saying people shouldn't be educated? Because when they are educated...
I think, also with our education, products will always come and go as much as, right? And I think that's why I always believe in a support structure in someone's life. Everyone in their lives needs to have a support structure. As much as we have our family as support structures and our friends as our support structure, especially for emotional aspects of our life, in our progress and our goals and our financial goals as well, we need to have a support structure that is going to assist us in terms of reaching those goals and aspirations that we have, in terms of also sticking to what we're trying to achieve, in terms of the discipline going forward. So taking, for instance, people that have financial planners. As a financial planner, look, a lot of my clients will give you a lot of testimonials that I take a lot of charge or become in charge of a lot of aspects of their financial life. And the reason for that is because I know that they are not going to do it, right? And a lot of these things is that I care about their best interest, and I understand, because of the lengthy conversations that we have, that you require for you to actually achieve the goal. Are we fine now?
I think yes. I think we're fine now.
Okay. So I was basically saying that, you know what, that's why you need a support structure. And I think one of the support structures that you are going to have is a financial planner, is a financial coach, is a lawyer at times of needs. If you need someone that is going to help you with legal, you basically need all these people that are your go-to people that you are on a first name basis with, that know that you've got a child, that know where you work, that know what your goals are, that know all the nitty-gritties of your life, because those people know all the intricacies of your life and have your best interest at heart. Those are the people.
How do you determine that somebody is a good financial planner?
Okay. The first part of it would be one, education. Let's not even lie about it.
Of course, yes.
Let's not pretend. I think degree, firstly, postgraduate would be excellent. CFP would be extraordinary. Then you know that you have a good financial planner. The questions and how you're treated in your first engagement with a financial planner is highly important. I think the type of questions that they ask you, and if they even give you time to, or if they even listen to you in that point in time. So are they speaking more or are you speaking more? Because at that point in time, you should be speaking more as the client. And the reason for that is because the financial planner is supposed to be getting all the information about you. And when I speak about information, I am not just speaking about what you need in terms of products. It's also about where are you going? Where are you from? You know, in terms of what have you gone through? Where's your psychological mindset? Do you have children? Do you have black tax? Do you have a family that you need to take care of? You know, all the nitty-gritties in terms of your life, so that they're able to map out a financial plan that is solely beneficial to you and is not a standardized template that is given at any point in time. I think that would be the other aspect. If your financial planner pushes products, if your financial planner or financial advisor at that point in time tells you about a product in your first meeting or in your first conversation, yeah, there's a problem. Because I don't understand how they can tell you about a product when they haven't done the proper analysis of what your needs are. If a financial planner offers you a product, right, and doesn't look at your holistic financial needs, there's a problem. Right? Yeah. Unless you explicitly say that, look, I don't want you to look at anything else. I don't want you to look at my tax planning. I don't want you to look at my estate planning. I don't want you to look at anything else. This is the only product that I want you to help me with. And basically you're acting like a broker. That's perfectly fine. But if that's what the financial planner solicits, then you should be worried in that regard. The fees the financial planner charges. It's good for you to also shop around and also just understand the dynamics of fees, so you understand the range that is readily available. If the financial planner is charging you the last number, the top tier fee in terms of any investment or commission or whatever the case might be at that point in time, they probably don't have your best interest at heart. This is just actioning so they can get their revenue in that regard.
How much?
And also,
how much do they charge, Thandekile, an hour? What is the range? Now we're talking about a financial planner.
Okay, so I'm gonna speak about financial planning. Financial planners. So you know that right now I'm actioning in terms of consultations, and clients are now paying upfront fees in terms of the financial planning and financial reporting. A lot of financial planners are not doing that, especially the financial planners that are working for the big institutions. They are not doing that, and that's why a lot of the revenue that they're receiving or the salaries that they're receiving is because of the products that they're actioning at that point in time. So the only case in point that I have in terms of fees are the vanilla companies that have been there for a very long time, that have been in the niceness. I don't know if you see where I'm heading with that.
No,
the companies that,
yes.
Do you understand what I mean? The companies that are looking at the people that are extremely wealthy in the country, that are probably 1 or 2% of South Africa, and that's not a good benchmark for me to set in terms of saying that this is the fee and the range that we could use, because I do need to look at our socioeconomic problems and the demographics of a lot of South Africans right now, which means that a lot of people will not be able to afford what the 2% are paying for financial fees that are upfront.
I would also envision that you would need to look at how intricate a person's financial planning would be, because I mean, a person that is a basic, and me, Nicolette, who's only needing at that point, doesn't have kids, doesn't have much, is looking for retirement planning. How do I access my goals versus somebody who's got kids, who's going to need estate planning and all the, you know, I mean, we all need estate planning, but I mean, estate planning that's complicated and all that stuff, it will probably push out the fees. But let's talk about the pandemic. We currently, and actually,